Hey guys, it's Coach Steve, and I've got this week's workout brief. Starting on Monday, we're going to start by building on that deadlift work we've been doing over the last month or so, and we're going to go for the heaviest possible 3 reps we can. This is going to be just kind of building into an all-out effort, so take your time getting up to this point. Feel like you can build on that weight and pull the heaviest possible 3 you can. If you feel like you get done with that super early and you have a lot of time left over, continue practicing reps. There's no reason to leave anything on the table here. You can practice reps and get better at deadlift. Now for these 3, you don't have to do full touch and go. You don't have to just let it barely kiss the ground and come up. You can come down to the ground as long as your hands generally stay with the bar and they're done in a set. That's good enough for this. This is going heavy as you can for a set of 3. After we're done with that, we're going into 2 6-round EMOMs. Both of them are biking for pretty hard and fast, 6 or 4 calories, and then 1 deadlift for each of them. The big key here is that the second time you do this, you're going to try to go heavier than you did the first time. Goal here is to go really hard and fast each minute so you can really focus in on that deadlift and really try to do that well. It will start adding up and make that deadlift harder and harder as you go through that, just to get off the bike and get over to that bar. We're looking to go very hard on this with maybe not a ton of rest, but enough time to really do that deadlift. That's really the focus. On Tuesday, we're going to do some pre-strength work, getting that floor press and ring dip work in before the WOD this time rather than a cash out. And this is really focusing on muscle contraction, really squeezing that chest, those triceps on those floor press and on those ring dips. If you can do the ring dip strict, great. If you need to keep them, fine. But really focusing in on doing good quality reps, quality over everything else on this. Once we're done with that, we're going into a 6-round workout. And this is going to be one that's just going to cause you to breathe pretty darn hard. We're going 250-meter row, which is around 1 minute, and then 25 wall ball shots. Again, if you were doing those unbroken, that'd be close to a minute. Shade over, since we're probably going to have to break those a little bit, but you get a 90-second rest between each round. So there's a lot of push to try to get things done quickly and as unbroken as you can. Those wall ball shots, whatever you choose, should be on your mind. Can I do this unbroken? It should be right at the cusp of yes, I can. And really try to dig deep and see if you can do that. You get that rest. Luckily, wall ball shots have a low risk of failure. So put yourself in a place and see if you can hit that. Goal for this is 18 to 21 minutes with a 23-minute cap. On Wednesday, we're going to get right to the workout. It's a 30-minute AMRAP with running, then burpees and pull-ups. Obviously, that 800-meter run is going to take a fair amount of time. The 10 pull-ups and 15 burpees, looking at about taking a little over a minute each round, so 3 rounds of that. Maybe backing off just a little bit because this is a long workout, but you should be able to do those 10 pull-ups generally unbroken, those 15 burpees pretty consistently. We are going to a target here. So as you go down to the floor, come up, you need to jump and touch a target. That's going to make sure you get that full extension. It does add a little bit of time and a little bit of additional effort to that burpee. And if you're close, don't worry about it. Nobody's judging these reps. The full reason we're doing burpees to a target is to make sure everybody's getting that good full extension. 30-minute AMRAP on this does mean that we're going to go for a lower intensity on this. Nobody should really dig in and try to go hard and fast, especially early on this. As you get close to the end, you want to finish a certain round. Yeah, push it. But early on this, even up until about 22, 23 minutes, I would go probably leave a couple gears extra in there. Know that you have a little bit extra in the tank so that you can push all the way to the end of this one without falling off that cliff. After that, we're going into a 10-round EMOM of just sit-ups. This is a great opportunity to work on different core variations, maybe GHD if you're on that top end of the athlete scale, or some strict sit-ups, or just trying to do more reps. Maybe that's your focus for this. None of those options are wrong. I would hesitate getting on the GHD if you haven't been on it much in the past, but it might be an opportunity for a couple people to jump on that. But really just focusing on good core engagement for the cash out. On Thursday, we're going to, again, build on some of those cleans that we've been doing. 5-round every 3 minutes on the minute, 3 power cleans and 3 hang power cleans. And this is, again, building weight. This is focusing on good quality cleans, really getting that good drive through the hips, good solid core before you drop underneath that bar. Remember, you get tall before you get small on these. And then we're going into a 10-minute AMRAP. 10 minutes is one that's absolutely flying, right? This is one that you can push pretty darn hard. 10 minutes of 8 hang power cleans, so the bar stays above your knees, and 50 double unders. And those are 2 movements you should be able to do pretty quickly. So you should feel like you can get through those hang power cleans, take a couple big deep breaths, and get right to those double unders. In ideal situation, you're able to do both of those generally unbroken. So that's going to end up amping up that intensity on this workout, meaning you can get more rounds and really take that heart rate up just a little bit higher. Both of those do have a little bit of technique associated with them, so by no means let the technique fall and do crappy movement, but it's a good opportunity to push. After we're done with that, we're going to go for a giant set. We'll call it a giant set of 50 hip thrusts. The goal is to try to do this unbroken. Can you do 50 reps without taking a break? Now, that may not be possible. Maybe you bite off a little bit too much and you go a little too heavy. That's not really the goal here. We want to get a massive butt pump. So we want to go light and get this. If you really need to go harder on this one, rather than thinking heavier weights, think about holding the top for a second, maybe 3 seconds, just to really get those glutes firing. That's going to catch up to. Maybe you start that way and you back off of that. Whatever works, but we really want to get those glutes really popping on this one for 50 reps and see where that goes. On Friday, we're going to get nice and warmed up and go into a 12-minute AMRAP. This is going to be double dumbbell front squats, so holding the dumbbells up in that front rock position right on the shoulders for 20 reps. That's a lot of reps. Those legs are going to be smoked after that. And then you're going to go into box jumps. So you need to really focus in, make sure you're driving really well through the hips, make sure you're able to do those box jumps safely. If you feel like it's at risk, don't risk it. Knock the box over and go a little lower, or take a couple steps, get up to the box and jump. Those box jumps will be a little bit slower because of the fatigue in those legs. This is a 12-minute AMRAP though, so you should be able to push this ever so slightly as long as you can do those box jumps safely. And that's really going to be the big key here. If you feel like you need to drop the height of the box and keep moving. Once we're done with that, we're going into the cash out. And this is our running cash out for the week. We're trying to build on that 1 mile run pace. So we're going to do an 800-meter run. Think slightly faster than your mile pace. Rest 4 minutes, a 400-meter run, rest 2 minutes, and a 200-meter run. And this is really about focusing in on that pacing slightly faster than you would run your 1 mile. Don't think you're trying to do all of these things at max effort. We're trying to really dig in on what our pace is so we know how to attack the mile run to improve it. On Saturday, we are going to go right to our 12-minute AMRAP. And this one is one where the shoulders, back, and hips are going to be fried. We're going to do 30 ball slams followed by 50 kettlebell swings. So in one, we're throwing the ball down hard. and then using our hips and shoulders to bring it up. On the other one, we're throwing the weight hard and using our hips and shoulders to catch it. So both of these are targeting and hitting the same area. So be very careful if you have some back issues. They might flare up here. Find a way to modify it and be successful. If we have to, we can do something completely different. That's okay. Once we're done with that, 10-round EMOM cash out. 1 minute, we're going to do Palloff press, 8 reps each side. The other minute, we're going to do a goblet split squat, 8 reps each leg. Nothing crazy here, just good quality technique, squeezing those obliques on the Palloff press, and then using those glutes and leg muscles really well on those split squats. That's what we have coming up this week, guys. Look forward to seeing you in the gym. Bye.